everyone, welcome to Carmen's Australian Storytime. Today is an exciting read for me because it's the first author that has sent me one of their books to read, and I'm super excited about promoting her book because after I read it, I thought definitely this is one for my channel. It's a story about friendship and about entertaining, and it's called Amigo, the Capybara. Now, Amy Freund is the author, and Kooky Chooky, also another Amy, is the illustrator. And if you have a look in the back of the book, it tells you a little bit about them. Amy Freund is a writer and a designer based in Melbourne, and she loves Alison, Lester, and Captain Underpants. I like it. And she's published writing as a ghostwriter. Now, a ghostwriter is someone who helps publish books, but they don't tell you who they are. They're kind of invisible, like a ghost. Well, now she gets to appear and give us a book of her very own. So I'm very excited for her. And her friend Amy Lee, also Kooky Chooky, she's the illustrator, which I love these illustrations, but she's also a doctor. Can you believe she has time for both of those things? So I hope that inspires you, that you can actually be anything you want to be. And when I first saw this book, Amigo the Capybara, I didn't know what a capybara was. I had to go and do some research, which I love because I love animals, and I thought I knew pretty much all the animals. But a capybara is actually one of the biggest rodent in the world. It's 1.2 meters long and up to half a meter wide. Imagine if you saw a rat that big in your house. Yeah, no thank you. And a chinchilla is another variety of rodent, but a much smaller one. And look at these enormous ears. So at the end of this book, I want to give you some interesting facts about them because I found them quite fascinating when I looked them up. And I've just been over to Cambodia recently, where they also use giant rats to hunt for the mines in the ground because they are super sensitive at smelling. Let's get on with this story. Let's see what the blurb tells us. Amigo the capybara loves to party, but his neighbour Mila the chinchilla does not. Definitely does not. Will his biggest performance yet be enough to win her over? Do you have a friend like that? I do. I have quite a few friends who like to party and who are very loud, and I'm probably very much the opposite. I'm very quiet and I like to stay home. But they're the best kind of friendships, right? Let's see. Oh, by the way, it's a rhyming book, so of course it's going to be one of my favorites. Meet Amigo the capybara, a good friend to all, no matter the animal, how big or how small. I like this animal already. Everyone loves him, except for Mila. Mila, you see, is a grumpy chinchilla. Yeah, she's got her back turned. Amigo wants to be the best of neighbours, but his partying ways really do him no favours. Mila loves nothing more than a midday siesta, while Amigo likes planning a midday fiesta. So a siesta is a sleep. A fiesta is a party. Very different. Oh, that Mila, she just likes to stay well away. When will she join me and come and partay? There she is. Wanna have a sleep? You're too noisy. Not one to give up, Amigo hatches a plan. He'll try to make Mila his #1 fan. I'll put on a show she just can't resist. One that's so good it cannot be missed. Now, as someone who has to put on performances at school, I get the enthusiasm. But as someone who also likes quiet and likes to be alone, I get that too. For the whole next week, he rehearses his acts, from leaping with frogs to dancing with cats. He jumps high and prances and sings near her room. All Mila can hear is the speaker go boom. Poor Mila. When he is ready, Amigo sets up the show and makes sure Mila sits in the very front row. Wonder how happy she is about that. First with some turtles, Amigo claps. Then with a crocodile, Amigo snaps. Yeah, I'm not sure about dancing with a crocodile. He next does a handstand as the crowd roars and cheers, but looks back to see Mila with paws on her ears. Stop, make it go away. I love the facial expressions. And I like when artists do this because it shows expression. Very simple strokes. Very good. He rushes backstage, changing outfits so fast, and thinks to himself, "You've saved your best trick till last." I like how he has a mirror on there, checking himself out. The crowd gasps as he balances a wobbling stack of baby capybaras piled high on his back. Mila starts to smile as Amigo strikes a pose when suddenly a fly buzzes right up his nose. Oh, have you had that happen to you? In Australia, it's happened definitely to me. We have a lot of flies and it's not a nice feeling at all, especially when you're in the middle of a performance. Oh boy, here it comes. Achoo! Oh, I should have covered my mouth. He didn't either, I don't think. The troupe tumbles down to the ground with a thud. Amigo looks out in horror. The concert is a dud. Oh, he's mortified. He's really embarrassed and upset. Then, from the front row, comes a chorus of squeaks. Mila's laughing so hard that she can't even speak. Yeah, so you never know. Sometimes when accidents happen, people find it funny. In fact, if something happens during one of my reads, I generally leave it in the read because people find it funny. And it's good to have a laugh at yourself, isn't it? Squeak, squeak. I wonder if that's actually the noise they make. Amigo steps up to give Mila a hug. To think we're now friends, all because of a bug. "I've always liked you," Mila says with a smile. "I just need you to keep it down once in a while." Now they're best friends, which is no big surprise, since they found a great way they can compromise. And I wonder if Amy and Amy, or Kooky Chooky, I wonder if this is talking about their friendship. Is one of them loud and one of them quiet? I wonder. Well, some of you could go along and get to meet Amy and let me know on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel because she is having a book launch. So if you live in Melbourne near Heidelberg and you are free on the 17th of November and Sunday the 24th of November at Ivanhoe Library. All right, I'm just going to zoom in. There's a QR code. I'm going to put this up on my Facebook page anyway, but there you go. She's going to launch her book, and if you go and buy your book there, it's going to be cheaper. And she'll sign it for you, and she's going to give you a key ring, a keychain that's got the capybara on it. How exciting is that? All right. Now, I did some research. I want to show you my research because I was very curious about this capybara. And I'm thinking this capybara might have a little bit of trouble dancing because of its size. 1.2 meters, that's a pretty big rat, isn't it? This is some information. Some people also call them water hogs because of their size. They kind of look like a mixture between a water hog and a beaver to me, although the pictures in the book, they kind of say wombat too. And I get that when you see their face. I thought wombat as well at first. And They are found near swamps and waterholes, and they can get up to 80 kilos. That is one big, big rodent, isn't it? And they're very shy and tame creatures. So the capybara we read about, he's obviously overcome his shyness. And they get quite a lot of sunburn. But one interesting fact that I read that I love is they can actually hold their breath underwater for 5 minutes. I'm probably more of a 5 seconds. 5 minutes is such a long time, isn't it? All right, this is what they look like. They're very, very cute. So they kind of do look like a wombat. This picture down here is making me think that too. All right, now let me show you a chinchilla. They are very distantly related to each other, but a chinchilla looks very much like a little mouse. Very cute. They're very nice, aren't they? I think I'd like to take one of those home. They're also kind of related to the guinea pig family, and I think the chinchilla must be about the size of a guinea pig. And an amazing fact about the chinchilla is that, see the hairs on our heads? We've got my grey hair, but each hair follicle has one piece of hair that comes out, and that makes up all the hair on our head. But did you know that a chinchilla has 50 hairs at each hair follicle? They actually are the hairiest of all the mammals because they have 50 for every single hair follicle. They must look like little fluff balls. How cute is that? So I don't know how long they live, but they're very social creatures. So it's almost like this book is the opposites. The shy, timid chinchilla capybara is actually the noisy one, and the really noisy capybara in the book is actually the shy chinchilla in real life. So they've done a little bit of a switcheroony there. Chinchillas are actually very social creatures. So I absolutely love this book, and I love that I found out some new information from reading that book. So the best books are the books that tell a wonderful story, which that one did, about friendship and about compromising, and so giving up something to make someone else happy and taking turns. So many things to learn. And then also I found out about some new animals I didn't know about and some amazing facts about them. So thank you for joining me on Carmen's Australian Storytime today. I hope that if you live in Melbourne, you can go and check that book out and see Amy and tell her thank you for making such a fun book for us to read. And a rhyming book. I like that too. Thank you for joining me on Carmen's Australian Storytime. Amy, I give this one a big tick. Go get that one for the bookshelf. Such a great story and such interesting animals that I never knew about. South America, who'd have thought? Thank you for joining me on Carmen's Australian Storytime, and I will read to you again soon. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Bye for now.